Hey folks, walk with me. There is a YouTube channel out there that I love. And if you don't know it, I've mentioned it before on this playlist. It's called Samurai Matcha, 2 words. And it's this former school teacher who lives in Japan, and for a period of time his videos were focused on being a minimalist. You know, a lot of time spent talking about sort of Japanese culture and cuisine and history and taking you on some road trips. But it's often been very, you know, focused on Japanese way of life, Japanese culture, that sort of thing. And one thing that he mentioned in a video, I don't know if the video came out relatively recently or if I just rewatched it relatively recently, because I rewatched a lot of his videos, was opening the windows in the morning. And he said, you know, it can get very cold in Japan. It's not like a boiling hot year-round country. And so he had said that his grandmother used to, I think it was his grandmother, used to always open the windows like wide up in the morning, let in the morning air, no matter how hot or cold it was. And that, you know, as a kid, he was like, what's this about? But I have tried it recently, and I think it's actually really, really nice, and I would recommend it to all. One other thing that he mentions that sort of ties in, I think this is in a different video, actually in a different context, is he talks about the gift of the morning air. And the way that he presents it is that the morning air, now this is going to get a little bit sort of like woo-woo-y, which is fine, but the way that he presents it is that like the morning air, because much of the world goes to sleep, slows down, you know, there aren't cars driving all over the place, the airplanes aren't flying all over the place so much in the nighttime, and just sort of generally everything kind of winds down, and therefore like the natural world around us has some time to kind of refresh itself, right? That rid itself of some of the pollution, just kind of like get everything situated for a new day and kind of refresh itself. And so when you go out into the morning air, when you let that morning air into your house, that it's even more impactful and more important than if you just open up the windows at any point in the day to let some fresh air in. The freshest air, the most gifted air, if you will, the air that is the most giftly in quality, is that morning air, because of what happens overnight when the world predominantly goes to sleep and has much less of a detrimental impact on the air quality in your natural world. So I've been doing it. I think it's great. I try to just, sometimes my kids complain, but I try to do it when no one's around. I can usually finagle that, and I try to do it for at least 5 minutes. Oftentimes I'll do it for more like 15-20 minutes, even if it is like making the room cold. And I've really, really started to enjoy it. And I would just toss it out there as a recommendation, but I wanted to give credit where credit is due. Samurai Matcha is the place to go if you want, you know, ideas like this and other sort of like wide-ranging ideas. He's a wonderful presenter, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about him. All right, quick 4-minute video. Like I had mentioned in the last one, I don't know when you're watching this, but it's Thanksgiving week here in the US, and so this week's videos are going to be a little bit shorter. But like I said, maybe that ends up to be a very good thing, and maybe it becomes such a good thing that I continue it that way into the future and don't prolong videos just sort of for the sake of trying to get them over that 10-minute mark or something during the week, and just kind of let it fly. And if it's a 2-minute video or if it's a 12-minute video, you know, just say what needs to be said and kind of get in, get out, and not worry about the time. But that's the deal right now. So we got about 5 minutes in. If you did walk with me, if you didn't, I certainly appreciate you watching this far regardless. And as always, I will see you in the next video.